Kyrie Irving got $40 million a year, 3-year deal to stay in Dallas for a couple reasons. One, ain't nobody else wanted him. And two, Mark Cuban's the latest owner to fall for the Kyrie Irving lies about what a great guy I am, how I'm going to make the team better, how I can play with Luka Dončić, and I'm not a team cancer or killer, and yet we've seen everywhere else he's been that he is all those things, which is interesting because Mark Cuban talked about how Kyrie is misunderstood by the rest of America. He's a very bright guy. I agree with you that too. Misunderstood? That's the question mark there, because he puts himself in all these crazy situations that after enough of them take place, you can no longer say he's misunderstood. He blew up the Celtics. He blew up the Nets. He had terrible failures in Dallas. He blew up the Cavaliers. No one has ever questioned his ability to play basketball. I've said on this show a million times, he's one of my favorite players to watch play basketball. I think he's one of the 25 greatest players to ever play NBA basketball. He's a top 4 guard of all time in the history of the NBA. But he also happens to be a terrible knucklehead, a distraction, and a team killer. And that's the reality. That's not being misunderstood. And those two things I just said, which I believe are both factual, exist at the same time.
Well, you're half right. I think as far as Mark Cuban saying that he's misunderstood, he has every bit of the right to take that stance. Why I say that is because he has an actual relationship where he talks beyond the game of basketball and beyond the reports and beyond what we see from a media perspective and what the tidbits that we do get. And so all that we've ever gotten can be misunderstood when you don't know the fullness of what Kyrie and who Kyrie is. And so for me to sit here, who I don't have a relationship with Kyrie Irving, I've never sat down with Kyrie Irving, I've never had a full conversation. All I've gotten was what we get in the media and what I see online or in social media, all the outlets. I can't say I understand the guy. I can have a perspective of what I'm gathering, and I can give you that synopsis of things, but for me to sit here and agree that he's not misunderstood, I can't honestly say that because I don't have a relationship. Where Mark Cuban, he's in that locker room. He has sat down with Kyrie Irving. He will continue to sit down with him. So he can say he's misunderstood.
I want to say this. I don't think Kyrie is a bad human being.
Yeah.
I also do not think he's misunderstood. I think he puts his opinions out there for us to digest. We can choose to agree with him. We can choose to disagree. He's certainly entitled to whatever opinions he has on whatever topic we happen to be talking about. But the Dallas Mavericks, from a basketball standpoint, had no choice, right? They had to bring Kyrie Irving back if the goal is try to win a championship, which they're not going to, before Luka Dončić demands a trade or just leaves as a free agent at some point years down the line. Kyrie Irving's a great basketball player. They were also a few games under 500 with him in the lineup, with Luka Dončić in the lineup. Two great scorers in the lineup together. They were in 4th place when they acquired Kyrie Irving. They didn't make the playoffs, and we all know they tanked that last game when they stood a chance to make it to the play-in tournament. This is an owner yet again. And obviously we all have respect for Mark Cuban's success, as a businessman and all that stuff. But this is an owner again who is kissing his fanny. That's what it is. I don't want to say anything that's going to make, Kyrie Irving not like me or not want to talk to me. I want to make sure I sugarcoat everything. I want to say nothing but platitudes and nice things because I need Kyrie Irving to play his ass off on the basketball court. And it's like, how many times do we need to see the same movie and expect a different outcome? Here's how this is going to end. Not well. They're not going to win a title in Dallas. And by year 2, not even year 3, there are going to be rumblings that Kyrie Irving wants out. He'll want to play with LeBron. He'll want to be reunited with KD in Phoenix. God knows where else he's going to want to go. It's not going to end in a championship. Period. Stop. Because it never does.
Okay. Who's leaving first? Who wants out first, Luka or Kyrie?
I think there's a chance. Listen, they may get along. I don't know their relationship at all. But I think at some point this year, as they are kind of wallowing in mediocrity, which is where I think they're going to be because the West is so damn good and deep with talented teams, that there's going to be an explosion at some point this year. It's either going to be Dončić saying, you got to move me. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to win. Or it's going to be Kyrie leaking stuff out there in the media about how he's misunderstood and how he's trying his best to bring everybody together under God's green earth. Some nonsensical crap like that.
Well, for me, I think it's all about Luka. You look at Luka Dončić and what he's able to provide you if you're the Dallas Mavericks. The last thing you want is for him to want to not be there.
You're getting there.
So you might be getting there, but ensuring that he has Kyrie Irving, now it's up to Mark Cuban and the rest of the front office to establish the pieces around them, which is going to be, it has to lean towards heavy defense and shooters that are going to spot up and watch them.
Defense.
They don't.
Right.
Like, it's on them now to facilitate and execute a personnel grouping that fits these two players best, because one is 6'2" and the other 6'9", and they give you about the same thing.
Yeah, they're both ball-dominant guys. They're isolation guys. I think Kyrie can play off-ball. He proved that in Brooklyn with Durant and Harden and those guys. But hey, listen, it's just going to be a mess. And it's a shame because, we're basically wasting, this otherworld talent. Kyrie Irving is that good. Kyrie Irving's the first ballot Hall of Famer talent-wise. And to me, we're just wasting talent because he's a knucklehead. And it's on him and not anybody else. You're entitled to anything you want to believe, right? Just keep it to yourself and go play basketball. I'm not saying you're not allowed to have an opinion. You can't use your platform to share your opinion. But when that opinion causes strife within an organization and derails a team's attempt to win a title, sometimes just wait till the offseason. Like I said, you're entitled to think whatever you want to think, but you're being paid a lot of money to play basketball. So go try to win a title, and then in the offseason, you could be as anti-Semitic as you want, right? You could say all the dumb things you want.
Preferably not.
But during the season, go play basketball. Preferably not, of course.
Thank you, Greg.
Yes. I'm not saying I agree with it, obviously. I'm Jewish as well. But if you are that guy, you can be that guy. You're allowed to be. Just do it in July and August.
But you've even admitted on this show many times that Mark Cuban's kind of a different owner. You don't think there's any way he can kind of help Kyrie a little bit? With
No, I don't. I think Mark Cuban views himself as the biggest star of the Dallas Mavericks,
He is
not
the biggest
anybody
star
on the court.
I agree with that.
And I think that's the biggest issue in Dallas, that he's the rock star there. Hey there, thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.